Yo, what's up everybody? It's Sid760 here, and today I'm very excited to bring you guys to my first video on YouTube. Today we are going to build a decent gaming PC under 55,000 Indian rupees so that you guys can play literally any game at max out settings with 60 plus frames per second. Tempting, right? So let's get started. So first off, we are gonna start with the motherboard, which is Gigabyte's G1 Sniper B7. It's a socket LGA 1151 based motherboard powered by the Intel's B150 chipset. The reason why I chose this motherboard, it's a really well built full ATX motherboard and has 4K PWM fan headers, which is quite good for airflow. I have seen most micro ATX motherboards has only 2 or 3 fan headers, which is not good enough, and connecting chassis fans directly to the power supply is not recommended. It increases the noise and also reduces the life of the fan. Okay, now get back to the point. The motherboard is fully loaded with features like dedicated sound card hardware zone, high quality audio caps, and last but not the least, audio noise guard, meaning the internal sound card is good enough for music lovers. Also, it delivers stable voltage at USB DAC ports to reduce the noise level. Overall, it's a good option for entry level music production too. It also occupied with SATA Express 16 Gbps, one M.2 Type E connector for high bandwidth Wi-Fi, Bluetooth or NFC modules, one M.2 Type M slot for M2 SSDs running at PCI Express 3.2 4x mode, which delivers total 32 Gbps bandwidth, so that OS boot up and games loading time is gonna be lightning fast. Next, it has two PCI Express 16x 3.2 slots and can support two-way crossfire, but it's highly not recommended as the second slot runs at 4x mode, which can be a bottleneck. One thing I love about this motherboard is programmable ambient LED lights and the of course black and green accent. Well, for the CPU I decided to go with the Intel's i5-6402P. It is slightly better than the older i5-6400 in terms of performance for the same price. It's a quad-core CPU and powerful enough to handle all AAA titles and medium-intensity content creation. It's based on Intel's Skylake 14nm process architecture and runs at 2.8 GHz base clock and 3.4 GHz boost clock versus 2.7 GHz base and 3.3 GHz boost on the i5-6400 side. The only differences between these two is that i5-6402P has higher base and boost clock, while the 6400 has better internal GPU, which doesn't matter in this build as we are going with the Sapphire's RX 470 Nitro Plus aftermarket cooled card. So the RX 470 is quite similar to its bigger brother RX 480. Both uses the same Polaris 10 series GPU, though the RX 470 has 32 compute units and 2048 stream processors versus 36 compute units and 2304 stream processors on the RX 480. It has 4 gigs GDDR5 memory clocked at 1.75 GHz and have 211 GB per second total bandwidth, and only 120 watt TDP makes it well suited for lower end power supplies. It has dual bias switch at the top of the card, which allows you to switch between quiet mode with low RPM fan profile or boost mode for slightly factory overclock benefits. Totally depends on your need, though you can overclock it manually. It also has LED mode switch to change RGB LED logo color. I recommend to set it to green as our build theme is black and green. I know there are some more options are available like 3GB version of GTX 1060, but I don't want it to slap the cheaper single fan mini ITX version of GTX 1060 in this build. And cards like MSI's GTX 1060 TuneForger 5 and Gigabyte's G1 Gaming will simply not fit in our budget. My RAM choice is Kingston HyperX Fury 2133 MHz 8GB DDR4 kit. Or you can go with any cheaper modules from well-known brands like Corsair, ADATA, etc. It really doesn't impact on your frame rates unless you are gaming on internal GPU. For storage, it's a Kingston's UB400 120GB SATA 6GBps SSD for OS installation. It's much faster than the Kingston's SSD Now V300, up to 550 read and 500 Mbps write speed. Also added WD Caviar Blue 1TB SATA 3 hard drive for secondary storage to store your all games and other contents. If you want, you can cancel the SSD idea and buy a single 2TB Caviar Blue hard drive if you needed the extra storage capacity. For power supply, I ended with Corsair's CX430. It might not look anything special, but it will get the job done. as our CPU and GPU are very power efficient. It has 80 plus bronze efficiency certification. Also, it matches our black and green theme. The case choice is the easy one. The Corsair's Carbide 100R. Side window mid tower has all the features and build quality that we needed for this build. And compatible with all our components, it has two USB 3.0 ports at the front of the case, which is also compatible with backward USB 2.0 devices. It comes with a single 120mm fan pre-installed at the rear, but I recommend to grab another one and install it at the front for better airflow. So this is it guys, I hope you really enjoyed my video, and if you did, then please hit the like and do not forget to subscribe. And if you have any question or suggestions, be sure to leave them down at the comment section. And I'll be back with another video like this one. Thank you so much for watching and peace out.